What's up, DzPeepz? This is your girl D coming at you with this sweet, piping hot tea. So sit on down and enjoy the show because Just D Show is raw and uncensored.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell.
What's up, DzPeepz? This is your girl D coming at you with this sweet, piping hot tea. So sit on down and enjoy the show because Just D Show is raw and uncensored.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell.
Alright, y'all, this is a quick unscheduled live, and no, I'm not on camera because I'm not in a place where I want to be on camera right now. Y'all let me know what y'all, as far as if you can hear okay with the background music. Boy, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a quick live, y'all, but when I tell you vindication feels so good. First of all, let me give a shout out to, let me see, what was the, hold on, let me go and get the original source. So the original source about Jaguar Wright's GoFundMe came from, let me go back to his Instagram, the Dominique Morgan. And see, I'm having, you know, y'all know we in this retrograde, so I'm having issues with logging into Instagram from my laptop. But Dominique Morgan shared a post, and shout out to Neptune for DMing me about this. Shout out to you, fam. Because again, I don't be in the Jaguar Wright sector of trying to see what's going on with her on Instagram. The most I'll do is tag her like I do everybody else when I make a thumbnail when I'm about to do a live. So he sent me this. The Dominique Morgan shared a post. Matter of fact, let me share screen so y'all can see. I'm just excited because, you know, all the bullshit I went through last year. And won't they do it when I told y'all my ancestors was about to handle all of this shit? Okay. Okay, Cody said you can hear. Oh, look at Neptune in the building. Good to see y'all in the building. Good to see y'all. Cody said scammers gonna scam. You know, keeping that red Solo cup full is an expense. Thank you. Where's her $5 million that she worth? Let me pull that up too. Okay, because look, the vindication feels so good. OMG. Because all the goddamn lies, you and all of your real rejects of YouTube and garbage pail troll motherfuckers coming over here calling me a goddamn scammer. And Milka, how the fuck you gotta GoFundMe? You, Danny Robertson, official King Primate, ugly motherfucking ass, all made fun of my GoFundMe about a medical condition I still need surgery for. That I have receipts and evidence and medical records of. Colorectal surgery is in the works. While my colorectal surgery is in the works, because God made a way outside of GoFundMe. You on GoFundMe trying to get money for legal fees? Really? Really? I just love it. Y'all, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Because I had to put my my Bluetooth on the charger. Now, perfect way to say that scammer's gonna scam. Okay? Okay. For real. Now, you're welcome. By the way, Dominique is a trans woman. Oh, my bad. Thank you for correcting me. So Dominique is a she. Thank you, family. Because I don't want to misgender nobody. So thank you so much. Now, you gotta GoFundMe. Can you just get off my screen? Thank you. You gotta GoFundMe titled Legal Defense and I can't even say this shit without laughing. Legal Defense and Justice Fund. Pause. Justice for what? You're the biggest bully on YouTube. The only bigger bully than you is Trump himself. You know, Mr. Grab him by the pussy, who you be cooning for. Matter of fact, where's Massa Trump? Where is Massa Trump? Didn't you take your bitch ass to Mar-a-Lago this time last year? Yes, you did. You know how I know that shit? Because your nigga called me and asked me how the fuck I felt about you going. Before the family call, Odell called me and said, D, what do you think about Jag going to see Trump at Mar-a-Lago? I said, I don't think it's going to give her the results she is expecting. I don't think that motherfucker who said in the 90s that he didn't like niggers and spics was going to give a goddamn about you. And guess what? He didn't. Because here you are now, a year later, doing a GoFundMe talking about for legal fees and justice, but you're a defender of freedom? No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Let's put it all out there. You were arrested in Texas, okay? Love how they started off. Jaguar Wright has been spreading industry gossip. Because that's all the fuck it is. You ain't produced nan receipt for none of the shit that you've been saying. The singer was arrested in Dallas on property theft charges. For all of you supporters that were in the comments, oh my God, we need to help Jaguar. But Jaguar, didn't you make fun of my medical condition last year? And then next thing we know, Danny Robertson was doing a whole live calling me a liar. Fuck you, bitch or nigga, because I don't know what your fucking gender is. Talking about how, oh, she's making this up. And bitch, you've never spoke to me, don't know me, ain't never met me, ain't never talked to me. But try to bribe me on your show with your low vibrational ass. Fuck you, nigga or bitch, whatever your gender is. Because I don't think it's a coincidence that right after I posted my GoFundMe, when Jaguar did her little public humiliation ritual, lying on me, slander, defaming me, and bullying, cyberbullying, gang stalking, you did all of that shit publicly. And your dumbass still got that fucking video. Thank you for the evidence, Jaguar. It helps my case against you. But Danny, you and Official Campaign are also not in the clear, because you guys did that felony bullshit. Put my dead father's picture up there, and then put my GoFundMe and made fun of it and my condition and called me a liar. So all three of you, be prepared to be served this year, because it's coming. So Jaguar, you might want to do another GoFundMe for that case that's coming against your motherfucking ass. Now, with that being said, you were arrested in Dallas for never returning the U-Haul truck you rented. Okay, y'all remember she blamed Sean Davy Way and Trasha K, aka Tasha K, for stealing the vehicle from her. How the fuck did they know where you were at? Unless you gave away your address. Because see, the streets been saying you also been hiding out at Airbnbs and shit while you was making fun of me in my housing situations. Just funny how shit comes back around again, because the struggle that I am speaking victory over, okay, is solely due to the health conditions that I still am in the process of getting surgery for. See, I did have my colorectal consultation in February, and I'm due to see the surgeon again next month. So again, I've got receipts for my GoFundMe. I've got receipts for everything I've told y'all on my channel, because I'm not a fucking liar like you. Talking about you need money to help you because you're being harassed. Bitch, you caused this whole situation. You the one that decided to tell everybody business but yours. Then you're gonna talk about Tasha K and Sean Davey stole the truck? How, Sway? How the fuck they knew where you was at? You was there with Sam. We should ask Sam if that's true. Your son, who knows a lot about you. Your son, who I think wasn't Sam still staying with you in 2018? Should we interview? You know, I'm gonna interview your son. He has the real deets about you. I'm just saying. The facts, not the lies, the facts as they stand. Okay? Okay. Not AI, anybody lying on you. Okay? So you were arrested in Dallas on the morning of Tuesday, June 6, 2024. The charge was for theft of property ranging from $30,000 to $150,000. Pause. And y'all wondering why this nigga needs legal defense and justice fund. And look at all the dumbasses donating. Y'all stupid as hell. Yeah. There's your government name, Jacqueline Wright. Let's see what she says. After speaking out against, you know what? Just the way you be lying, bruh, is you deserve an award for the way you can just let the lies flow out your goddamn mouth. After speaking out against wrongdoing in the entertainment industry, I became the target of intense online harassment. Several YouTube content creators inserted themselves into my life, orchestrating a campaign that included swatting, doxing, and ultimately led to my arrest. Pause. You and Danny Robertson, I heard, are friends. Danny Robertson, an official campaign, doxed my entire, all of my identity information on his channel, which is a criminal offense, which is why he's getting sued and is about to get arrested. So it's interesting. The concept of doxing as a YouTuber myself, I had never heard of until you came to my channel. The first time you mentioned how you said those very same content creators, you said Tasha K been doxing my information, Official King Payne. What was the other one that she called Twirl? King World. I don't even know these people. You claim they were all doxing your information. They were sending people to you. You're the target because you've been speaking out against Jay-Z and Diddy. When the last time you spoke out against Jay-Z? The last I heard is that you did a live reminiscing about when you sang Song Cry with him 20 years ago. Who the fuck reminisces about somebody they called a whole fucking monster on Piers Morgan? Maybe somebody who's a plant, allegedly, and all commentary on my channel is alleged outside of my real life experience and for the purposes of entertainment and all of that. But this is for the purpose of vindication, and this goes right along with my investigation of you. See, you called me a scammer all last year. You had your bitch ass goddamn subscribers calling me a scammer with no evidence, just making shit up. But now you want people to donate to you because Trashy K and Sean Davey way. You really, there's something really wrong. I really do think, matter of fact, let me go ahead and hit the link. Hit the link. Po little tink tank. I'm actually writing a song to promote BetterHelp. BetterHelp, matter of fact, let me put in the chat. BetterHelp, because I know your ass is watching. You watch every fucking time I go live. BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com is your friend. You need to expeditiously hit the link. Okay? Hit that link. Po little tink tank. Because if you really believe this bullshit you put in the description of your GoFundMe, there is something seriously wrong with you. Now, let's continue. Several YouTube content creators insert themselves into my life. She's always a victim, just like Claudia. Insert themselves into my life, orchestrating a campaign that included swatting, doxing, and ultimately led to my arrest. Can we go back to the facts? Isn't that what that said? Yeah, the facts as they stand. The truck was in your name. That means you are financially and legally responsible for the truck. And here's another thing, Jaguar, because you know I've been having to move around ever since I left my apartment due to the mold infestation before I lost my job for the medical condition, the bleeding that I'm still dealing with and speaking healing over and seeking medical care for. What I know when I rented a U-Haul truck is that they come with insurance, and that insurance includes theft. Shall I show? I think I will, since I show everything on my channel. Let's do it. Oh, share this tab instead. U-Haul insurance policy covering theft. So what that means is that you were so cheap that you didn't get the fucking insurance, because the insurance would have covered a theft. Yeah, safe move. Yeah, there we go. Now that's for damage protection and truck rental. Let's go here. Oh wait, that's not on their website. Let's go to U-Haul's website. Okay? Unprotected moves cost more. Ain't that amazing how that just popped up right as I said the shit? Oh, I'm having a field day with this. Boy, I am telling you. Let me look at y'all's comments right quick. She is asking for handouts for running her mouth about Brian McKnight. Exactly, because this ain't the only case. But y'all had all that shit. You had all the smoke to say about Just D being a scammer when I have documents on my person from my hospital visits. Not to mention I went live while at the hospital. I love it. I fucking love it. Thank you. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all like the video coming in. Like the video. I didn't do my normal spiel because, I got shit to do and I got to prepare for tonight. Matter of fact, y'all come back tonight because I'm doing a live reaction review to Jonathan Hay and Jaguar on the blue couch. So y'all make sure to come back tonight. That pic she used for the GoFundMe looks like she got a really bad smell in her. Let's go back. Hold up. You know what? Cody, you stupid as hell. It do look like she smelled. You know what it looked like? You know what it looked like? It looked like she smelled the inside of them thighs on that picture that Stone, Paxton, and Meech and them put up during the roast last year. That's what it looked like. Like, baby, you smelled the inside of your thighs. I don't know. But what I do know is the facts as they stand is you didn't return this goddamn U-Haul truck, and that case is still pending. Now, back to this. If Trump is her buddy, then why the fuck he won't get rid of her charges since he's president? And why the fuck he wouldn't pardon you after you took your ass to Mar-a-Lago? See, again, we talked offline. Odell called me first before he did the family call because of my spiritual gifts and said, sis, what do you feel about Jaguar going to Mar-a-Lago? I said, I feel like it's not going to help her at all. That was in January, before the bullshit she did in February. I was honest with him. I said, that man don't give a fuck about black people. He's not going to help her. He's not going to pardon her. And sure enough, he didn't. And wouldn't they have dusted for fingerprints on the stolen truck if Tasha K and Sean Davy Way stole it and her son's ashes? Then their fingerprints would have been all over the truck. Thank you. Exactly. Gemini Ann, good to see you. Blindly following this dark witch is not the way to live. People wake up and see her for what she is, a dark witch that scams and starts fires all over the internet. Now she's caught with the matches. Exactly. She's been busy telling on herself. Exactly. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. You know what? Yeah. Let me pull better help. Like I said, I got stuff to do. I normally don't come on live this early, but when I look, y'all know I go and verify everything. So after Neptune sent me the post, I went to Dom Unique's page and looked at it, and it showed the screenshot of the Jasmine brand. So I went to the Jasmine brand Instagram page. They had a post from Jaguar's page. I went to her Instagram page. Oh yeah, this is the truth. Oh, word? Cool. Let's talk about it real quick. So Jaguar and all of the Garbage Pail Clan members, all the real rejects of YouTube, all of the geriatric Real Rejects of YouTube. Hit the link. Archangel Michael, hit the link. Poll Little Think Tanks, because all of y'all are delusional as fuck. I thank God for February 9, 2025. You know why? Because it woke me the fuck up and it gave me the confirmation on all the premonitions I was having before February 9th. Official King Pain with your stupid motherfucking ass, with them ugly ass, goddamn Burger King ass, stupid ass fucking crowns that we know you got from goddamn Dollar Tree, and them ugly ass Temu ass dreads. Yo bitch ass caught up on my ancestors, and guess what? They answered. And sir, I have a feeling that sometime this year, or maybe even in 2027, you're going to experience the pain of losing a parent. Since you made fun of me crying over my dead father, you're about to experience that same pain. See, death is about to hit all of y'all's households. Every one of you that participated in the fuck shit last year, death is coming for every last one of y'all households. Understand that. And Jaguar, this is the death of your online persona if you ain't know that shit by now. So hit the link. Poll Little Think Tank. Because what I know is that U-Haul gives you protection against theft. And you do have to pay extra for the insurance. When I moved out of my apartment, I was still working full-time from home for Progressive. Making very good money. That's how come I was able to afford to rent a whole Airbnb apartment at the whole time I was gone. Okay? Every time I rented a U-Haul van or truck, I paid the extra for insurance because people in Houston cannot fucking drive. Sounds like you didn't pay for it. And what it is at the beginning? Unprotected moves cost more. They cost more. And now you need legal fees. You need legal fees and defense. UNO DZ never even put it out there what the judge said when y'all supposedly filed an appeal to have this case dismissed. We haven't heard Nan update. Even when we were aligned, I didn't hear Nan update. So the charge alone for the U-Haul theft is $30,000 to $150K. Okay. The arrest reportedly arose from an outstanding warrant Wright had on her name. It also stated that she was released from custody after a $10,000 bond was posted in the wee hours of June 7th. Now, family, who posted that bond? Was it Odell or was it the people at Real Life Street Stars? Whoever knows, put it in the chat, please. However, before Wright was even bailed out, she called Sean Davieway from Jaya and to tell him she'd been set up and that there was no legitimate charge to hold her on. Further, most of what we have to go on is a testimony of various involved parties. Among the commentators are Sean Davieway, Jaguar Wright, Wright's ex-husband Gerald, aka Goomba, the same one I just played the video the other night of all the voicemails, the one she was sending the voicemails to, threatening for Nikki and her kids to be raped and killed. Yeah, that's who Gerald Johnson is Goomba, okay? So it says, among the commentators are Sean Davieway, Jaguar Wright, Wright's ex-husband Gerald Johnson, and blogger Tasha K. But before we get into all that, let's rewind to some context for Wright's behavior over the past few years. Now, we already know. we already know. She didn't, look, Common, she said raped her, the Roots, just everybody. You know, everybody has just been against her and she's innocent, according to her. Okay. Then yeah, her 2022 Real Life Street Stars interview claiming that Diddy was part of the murder conspiracy. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't doubt that. Diddy and Jay-Z, I do believe them niggas are as evil as fuck. And I'm still doing my full investigation on both of them. I'm not finna dispute that at all. But the whole thing is, you've been saying all of this shit. Okay. And then this one too. You were also arrested in January 2023 for assaulting Goomba. We all saw that. I showed y'all the video when she pulled up on him with Solar with Giovanni's ashes, and the demons took over her, and then she started doing incantations and dark witchcraft and spell work, wishing death on them. She was using Giovanni's ashes to call upon the familiar spirit of the dark side to come after them. That's what dark witches do. For all of you dumbasses wanting to call me, you know, oh, she's into voodoo and witchcraft. No, I don't do shit like that, but I'm very well versed and educated about the dark shit dark witches do. That's how you can fight and combat and overcome them. So yeah, you got a habit of getting arrested for bullshit. Okay. And yeah, Goomba was saying that Solar was part of a sex cult. I mean, that makes sense considering that you went on Piers Morgan and admitted to the entire free world that you performed as a dominatrix at the Diddy parties and that you had sex worker girls and all of y'all had body cam footage that we still haven't seen, even though you done sat on the blue couch talking about admitting to monitoring the dark net and watching the videos because you knew who were in them. Okay? So again, a little bit of context. It says, why did Jaguar Wright blame Tasha K for her? Oh, that's Sean Davy Way's video. We're not finna watch that shit because this ain't finna be that kind of live. But yeah, she appeared on the Sean Davy Way show for an interview on June the 6th. Then she gets arrested on June the 7th. And yeah, she called the YouTube personality from jail. An erratic sounding Wright spoke over the phone while Way recorded his YouTube video. Again, both of y'all ain't shit. I wish I would call the motherfucker who I call a friend, and this nigga gonna put our private phone call on YouTube. I would be pissed off too. But here's the thing, Jaguar, you do the same shit. You record phone calls without people's permission and play them on YouTube. So again, karma, it seems like karma keep coming back for your ass about the shit you do. So yeah, she told Sean David Way that she'd been set up and that there were no real charges to hold her on, but you didn't produce any evidence of said being set up. The singer was also oddly insistent that Way contact CNN. Wow, now that part I didn't know. Really? You wanted him to contact CNN? That's nuts, literally. She seemed to believe that would somehow help prove her arrest was an attempt to silence her. What the fuck? What the fuck? Finally, Wright blamed blogger Tasha K for her arrest and stated that she was going to sue her. You know what? I'm just gonna let me show y'all something. Let me show you something. This is insane. This is literally insane as fuck. Literally, this is nuts. Okay. Bipolar disorder is characterized by significant mood swings, including episodes of mania and depression. Schizophrenia primarily involves symptoms like hallucinations, delusions, and disorganized thinking. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I making fun of those mental conditions, because I have a sister who has struggled with both bipolar schizophrenia since she was 17, which is why I know that certain things you say and do sound awfully familiar to what I personally witnessed with my own sister. And I think it's high time. I think you need to do more than hit the lane polar think tank. I think you need to make an in-person appointment with the psychotherapist, because if you believe, I really think you believe the shit you say in all of this. You believe this shit. It's Tasha K's fault. It's Sean Davy Way's fault. It's Official King Payne. How do all these people who are all only connected to you, how did they know where you were located with said moving truck? Because we saw it live that your son talked about. You know, where you lied to him and told him you didn't know where your pocketbook was with your ID so you can go pick up the U-Haul truck. And then you said it was a Penske truck. Now, they could have got it wrong. But one thing I know about moving trucks is that they all come with the option to add insurance, even if you don't have insurance, if you don't have a vehicle. I do know that from my own experience. So maybe, just maybe, you were too cheap to pay for the insurance, and that's why when it got stolen allegedly, you got arrested. In a later interview on the Sean Davy Way show, Tasha K attempted to clarify everything, mentioning the incident with Wright's son's ashes. Tasha K emphasized Wright's erratic and chaotic behavior in recent years. She stated, "Jaguar is always looking for someone to blame." Pause. This is gonna be the first time I publicly agree with Tasha K. Straight up, 1000%. I agree 1000% with your ass when it comes to that. You blame everybody but the person responsible, okay? It's always everybody else's fault but yours. Boy, I am telling you. Thank you. I told y'all, I said my ancestors are going to handle all of y'all, and they have been. Now, he said the people at Real Life, I was there in the member only's live. Wait a minute. And she went straight to the blue couch right after being released for an interview. The main guy of Real Life was updating us in his car on their way to bail her out. Is that a public, hold up, is that a public video? Because you know I'm about to find it. Is it public or was it members only? Because if it's members only, I'm not going to be able to see it because I'm not subscribed to their channel. Hold up, let me look. Hold up. Oh, they showing all the recent videos. Okay, so let me share a screen. I typed in real life street stars picking up Jaguar Wright for jail, but unfortunately it's only bringing up like the most recent videos. Where the fuck has Ronnie Bo been? Damn. I didn't even really think about him till just now. Where has he been? I don't think I've heard. Oh, this is the video. Don't play the audio. This is the video that I'm going to be reviewing tonight because he speaks about Jaguar and he speaks about Rihanna and the attempted shooting on Rihanna. They might have made it members only. Yeah, I think they made it members only. Oh, look at my video popping up in the search. Okay, I think they made it members only because I can't find it. Because you know I'm going to show it. Because that's wild. Oh, you said it was members only. Okay. Okay, that makes sense then. That's why I couldn't find it. So yeah, anyway. In a later interview on the Sean Davey Way show, yeah, okay, I already read that. She stated, Jaguar is always looking for someone to blame. I 1000% agree with you, Tasha K, on that. I had nothing to do with her not returning that U-Haul. Tasha also points out that the Diddy claims Wright has made, which Wright argues are the reason she's being targeted, are nothing new. She told Way that everything that Jag is saying, Gene Deal has already said. Jag watches a lot of blogs and regurgitates it and makes it entertaining. Oh, that's 1000% because she's regurgitated my own research on the Blue Couch multiple times, and on a bunch of other like larger platforms, like my whole Angie Stone live that I did on March 2nd last year. I found all of my actual content on like 10 different channels. So yeah, you getting all the karma right now. And like I said, this little article just made me agree with Trasha K. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a Trasha K fan. I'm not. But I agree 1000% with everything she just damn said. Because Gene Deal was talking about Diddy way before Jaguar was. Because again, I saw Jaguar and Gene Deal both on Storm Monroe's channel. And Gene Deal was on there talking about Diddy before Jaguar ever was on there. Because I had been following Storm since 2016. I started supporting Jaguar on Storm's channel in 2018. So she is right about that. It says Wright's arrest may be very straightforward. Any larger reasons or motivations behind Jaguar Wright's recent Dallas arrest ultimately remain unclear. However, the facts and commentary surrounding the incident seem to paint Wright as unstable and out of touch. Well, goddamn. Sounds a lot like schizophrenia, allegedly, possibly. Perhaps everything is simply as straightforward as her having rented and never returned a U-Haul moving truck. While the possibility of conspiracy is intriguing, testimonies and evidence make that prospect seem increasingly unlikely. You just didn't return the fucking truck. Why does it have to be Sean Davey Way? And I don't even like Official King Payne, but even, why the fuck you blaming him? You got me defending the motherfucker I don't even like. You blame Official King Payne, Sean Davey Way, and Trasha K. Sam didn't say any of them people was around or with you when you were moving from Dallas. Show us some evidence. Was you, I mean, for them to know where you was located would mean you'd have to be talking to them on the phone. Remember when Adrian English went on, and I remember the dude's name when I said Sausage Party. His name is Lionel B, because he looks like the character from the Sausage Party to me. When she went on there and said that you told her, let's be enemies online, but friends in real life, that's why I believe you and Danny are friends. Because how the fuck, right after I posted my GoFundMe asking for donations for my surgery before I was able to get on the hospital's grant, how did Danny Robertson get wind of that? I don't watch Danny's channel. Now, Danny must watch mine, apparently. Probably so. Well, yeah, because I remember we used to roast him or her when Odell was lying. So that does make sense. But how did they get that information? I would be more inclined to believe Danny Robertson had something to do with the truck than Tasha K and Sean Davey Way and Official King Payne, even though all of them are connected. I think, Jaguar, you just didn't return the fucking truck. And because you were currently engaged in controversy, as your son Sam also said, you went viral for keeping your name in controversy. You did not go viral for being an artist. You didn't go viral for singing. You went viral for claiming that Giovanni was targeted because you were speaking out against Jay-Z and Diddy. Also, another reason I spiritually feel that there is some truth to the possibility that you sacrificed Giovanni, because it was after his death you went viral immediately. You went viral because I was in those lives. When you took his ashes and threw them on Goomba, I said, that is a mom who is so distressed behind the loss of her son. And Goomba just on camera just stole on you, like just pulled back and just punched you like you was a nigga. And then y'all was back on the blue couch like everything was okay after that. Dysfunctional as fuck, toxic as fuck. That was the reason I kind of stopped watching you on YouTube, because I'm like, this is really like toxic. This is not entertaining. This is sad to watch. And then I just went to only watching you on Storm's channel. So again, it's a lot of people that's been believing your bullshit because you're a very convincing liar. But what I know about U-Haul from my own experience, if a truck gets stolen, one, typically they have a GPS tracking device on them, number one. Number two, you pay for insurance, or at least most people do. You can even pay for Safe Move. You're responsible for all damage to rented equipment, but with Safe Move, you receive a damage waiver and much more. Okay, let's see what else it comes with. Liability coverage, no deductible, damage waiver, cargo protection, medical life protection. I'm about to actually do this. Yep, Dallas, Texas. And I believe, where was she going? LA. I think it was LA. Yeah. Let's see what it shows. Let's just see. I want to see how much extra the insurance is. Okay, let's select that. Pickup time. Let's just say 3. Counter. Okay. All right, let's just pick that one. All right, here we go. It says credit cards and most auto insurance policies do not cover damage or theft to rental equipment, even if they cover damage to rental cars. As a result, we proudly offer protection packages to relieve you of the responsibility of damage to our equipment. Okay, Safe Move for extra $99 covers accident damage and theft of U-Haul trucks. accident damage to your belongings, because you said that Giovanni's ashes were missing, and includes, wait a minute, how did you know Giovanni's ashes were missing? And why would Giovanni's ashes have been inside the moving truck and not on your person? Just thought about that. It includes medical life protection for you and your passenger. There is a $250 deductible for overhead collision, up to $8,000 in potential benefits. So I just typed in Dallas, Texas to LA. The price for the additional, and that's just the cheap safe move, was only $99. So let's go to, real quick, okay, Jaguar Wright's net worth on Afrotech in 2025. Okay. According to Vocal Media, Jaguar Wright's estimated net worth is approximately $2.5 million as of March 2025. Okay. You couldn't foot the $100? Now, I know this was, not in 2025, but I'm just saying, you couldn't foot the $100 for the insurance? Because, see, theft insurance means the tracking device is activated, the vehicle's located, and if Tasha K had stolen the vehicle, I think it would have been at some sort of location tied to Tasha K's name, maybe her studio, maybe Kibi Studios, I remember you and Ayasha telling me about that I can't website, because you kept saying that Tasha K would screen record your lives, and you said her and Danny Robertson would screen record your lives, and Odell told me this shit too. Again, we talked offline a lot. You said that they would screen record your lives, upload them to their I can't website, and then send copyright strikes to your channel because they were trying to shut you up because you were a truth teller. What it looks like, ma'am, is that you did not pay for Safe Move. Every time I rented a U-Haul when I was working for Progressive, when I was moving from Airbnb apartment to Airbnb apartment, I paid for Safe Move. Every time. For all of that, all the people that want to talk shit about me, baby, I was making good money working for Progressive. And my bleeding episodes, the rectal bleeding, the tumors in my lower intestines, the polyps, the laceration in my lower intestine. Again, it's way more than just a colorectal condition I've been dealing with that kept causing me to have to clock out for hours at a time. That was why I lost my job. But I was able to afford to rent an Airbnb apartment because my apartment, they didn't want to get rid of the mold infestation. So I hired an attorney and got out the lease and moved out. And I stayed at Airbnbs every week, sometimes for a month at a time. And every time I got a truck or a van from U-Haul, I paid for Safe Move. So I don't think you paid for Safe Move. And I think that's the real reason you didn't return the U-Haul truck. And that's the real reason your ass had a warrant, because that is considered grand theft auto when you don't return the truck. Let's be very clear. U-Haul, when it comes to reporting a theft, they have a 1-800 number that you call. They give you a little package when you pick up the U-Haul, and it has an 800 customer service number. Why the fuck you didn't call U-Haul and report the vehicle stolen? Had you reported the vehicle stolen, my nigga, you wouldn't have had a grand theft auto charge for them to arrest you on. Come on now. You think we as stupid as you look? Some of y'all are. All these motherfuckers are. All the donors, they stupid as fuck. I'm not. You talking to somebody who used U-Haul for a while until I lost my job. And I returned the vehicle on time because I ain't paying no late fee. I'm not paying no extra fees. I didn't pay it enough. If the vehicle had been stolen, you would have reported it stolen, and U-Haul would have a record of that, which would have exonerated any sort of warrant going out for your arrest. I really should get paid for this. I'm speaking that right into existence. I'm about to get paid to be an investigative journalist, because boy, I am telling you. I am telling you, the way motherfuckers lie, boy, I am telling you. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. All you had to do was report the U-Haul truck stolen. And if you had insurance, you're not held responsible. So in order for a warrant to go out, that means U-Haul probably contacted you or attempted to contact you several times and you didn't respond. The first thing I would have did if somebody had stolen my U-Haul truck is called and reported it stolen. And I would have called the police and made a police report to try to find it. They usually have GPS devices on them, right? These are all common sense things, you know? Just like how this article said, the facts. The facts are you didn't return a truck for whatever reason. You blamed it on Tasha K. You blamed it on Sean Davieway. You blamed it on King World. You blamed it on Official King Payne. All content creators I don't fuck with or like, to be honest with you. I don't even like the fact that you got me up here defending these motherfuckers. Because it's obvious that you fucking lied. Until you produce evidence, it's considered a lie. And you still haven't done it 2 years later, damn near 2 years later. Jaguar Wright arrested for property theft, blames YouTuber Tasha K. They even said the controversial singer allegedly rented a U-Haul truck and never returned the vehicle. Those are the facts. Okay? And if they didn't have any means to hold you, why was there a warrant? You got out on bail from jail, okay? Which means you were released. In order for them to issue a warrant, they would have to have probable cause. Little fun fact about Just D Show. My first year out of college, my degree was law. Go figure. Very good at researching. And what I know about a warrant is that they have to have probable cause for the judge to sign off to issue the warrant. So what that would mean is that you probably never made a report to U-Haul because you probably didn't pay for Safe Move. Therefore, you had no protection. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Arrested for property theft. Outstanding warrant. It means they tried to find you and couldn't. Yeah, they can't hold me, there's no charge. So that has to mean that you never reported the vehicle stolen. You never made a police report. Because in order for a warrant to be issued meant that U-Haul contacted the authorities and said, this person never returned our vehicle and we cannot get a hold of them. We also never heard if the vehicle was ever even retrieved. This is real crazy. It says, Tasha K posted an interview Wright did with Davey on her ex account on June 6th. She also denied that she had any involvement with Wright's recent breaths with the law and stated that Wright's are real-life schizophrenic. People really don't know that Jaguar is real-life schizophrenic, diagnosed. Her father was schizophrenic. Her entire family knows. Jag has gotten a check her whole life. I'm not going to lie. I've often wondered if that's true. And I think the only person that could answer that question is Sam Jr. Because if indeed she has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and she's like hiding it or ashamed of it, you know, it would make sense. It would make sense to deny that. And to be honest, like I said, my sister, she was diagnosed when she was 17. People with schizophrenia, honestly, are always in denial about it. And they always say that everyone's out to get them. And they always say everyone else is crazy. I can remember my sister telling me that there were people in the walls that were trying to come get her when I let her come stay with me. And I was like, are you joking or are you being serious? She's like, no, I'm serious. They're in the walls and they're trying to come get me. And they're going to come get you. There might be some truth to that. In addition to that, she's also being sued by Brian McKnight. Now, what's tea is that this is the real reason for this GoFundMe, allegedly. Because, and I'm going to do more research on this. Apparently, this case is making more headway. Because I remember when this went viral last year. Brian McKnight sues Jaguar Wright over abuse and prostitution claims. And I do remember her speaking about that. I remember her speaking about it on her channel. Brian McKnight has taken legal action after Jaguar Wright accused him of disturbing behavior, including domestic abuse and hiring prostitutes. And I could have sworn she also said that he allegedly molested his kids or stepkids or some shit like that. According to a defamation lawsuit filed and later obtained by TMZ, the Back at One crooner claims Wright has been spreading blatant lies about him online, including serious allegations that he physically assaulted sex workers during intimate encounters. How do you have all this information about sex workers if you weren't a prostitute? Because again, I explored the BDSM lifestyle back in 2013. That's about kink and you know, doing like little freaky shit. Dominatrixes, typically, they dick down men with dildos and strap-ons. It's called pegging. I'm just saying, like, how would you know that he physically assaulted sex workers if you weren't present? Were they your sex workers? I remember that shit on Piers Morgan when she said he said, what was your role at the Diddy parties? And she said, I performed as a dominatrix. And if I'm not mistaken, I could have even sworn that she said she referred to herself as a sex worker. She said, I performed as a dominatrix and I had other girls, you know, that performed at the parties and we all have body cam footage. Why we ain't never seen? Look, you monitor and track the dark net to see what flesh is being traded, to see what sex tapes are being sold, and you even admitted to watching the sex tapes because you name people in them, but you ain't never produced no footage about the body cameras that you and your girls had at the freak-offs? Make that make sense, because it don't. Yeah, saying that he physically assaulted sex workers during intimate encounters. How could you know that? Were you fucking Brian McKnight? Because, you know, everybody keeps saying you allegedly fucked Diddy and Jay-Z. Allegedly. People even been saying that Jay-Z is Giovanni's daddy. I don't believe that shit, though. I do believe that's just some, you know, bullshit going around. I'm just saying, you be saying all this shit about people and nobody ever thinks to ask how the fuck she knows this shit. Was you in the bedroom with? Were you doing dominatrix shit to Brian McKnight? Is that how you know that he physically assaulted sex workers? Was you and your girls there again? Like you told Pierce y'all was at the Diddy freak-offs? Was any of that shit true, or did you just make all of that shit up? McKnight also addresses Wright's claims that he abused his ex-wife, singer-songwriter Julie McKnight, who Wright alleges is her cousin. Why is everybody your cousin? You said Faith Evans was your cousin. You said that Erykah Badu was your cousin. I think you even said Little Kim. How is everybody your cousin? You related to everybody in the industry? Okay. The Grammy-nominated artist not only denied being abusive, but also stated that he had no idea Julie and Jaguar were even related. And if that was his ex-wife, I would think he would know that she was her cousin. McKnight argued that now, if let me put it this way, if she is your cousin, please put out some receipts because I don't believe that shit. McKnight argued that Wright knowingly made false claims to smear his reputation and damage his name publicly. According to TMZ, Wright has made explosive claims about several high-profile celebrities in recent years, and while Wright continues to stand by her comments, McKnight's legal team says it's time she's crossed the line. He says he is now seeking damages in court. Cost of punitive damages. Now, I wonder if there's a docket. Well, in order... Wait. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Ain't nobody paying for this shit. Okay, here's the docket. Let's favorite that. As of February 4th... Oh, damn. Oh, they just served her. Wow. Motion for order permitting service of process by publication. Plaintiff proposes service of process of defendant. Yeah. In Las Vegas review. The motion does not comply with the Nevada rules. So is she back in Vegas? Because why are they talking about Nevada? Interesting. Or is he in Vegas? Extend time. It is therefore ordered that plaintiff's motion for leave to serve by publication and to extend time is denied without prejudice. Issued. Okay, so the summons was actually issued last year. Sean Perez is his attorney? Are you kidding me? Sean Perez was also Diddy's attorney. And he was the one that was working with Ariel Mitchell Kidd when they kept dropping. They're the ones that withdrew from the Ashley Parham. Wow. This is right around the time they withdrew from the Ashley Parham case. They withdrew from the Ashley Parham case in September of 2025. Now we know why, because they wanted to represent a more high-profile client. Wow, this is interesting. This has just gotten really deep. Just wow. I'm so glad I found this. Because, yeah, Sean Perez and Ariel Mitchell Kidd were the ones representing Ashley Parham in the Parham versus Combs hearing. Okay, so it looks like they tried to serve her in July. Now this says summons issued to her as of May 1st. God damn it. Trying to scroll, not click on anything. Okay. So yeah, Sean Perez, mission to practice attorney. Wow, Sean Perez being his attorney, that's some tea. That's wild. Okay, it says notice of intent to dismiss. The complaint was filed April 29, 25. To date, no proper proof of service has been filed. Well, that's what happens when a person avoids getting, they know how to avoid a process server. That's literally how cases get delayed, is when a person can't be served. Yeah, beat it. I'm not doing that. Oh, really? They're gonna make me pay just to see the docket? That sucks. Cause I wanna read that PDF. Second, unopposed ocean permitting service by process. It looks like they were still trying to serve her. Man, it won't let me open this. Oh, that's some bullshit. I mean, I can do the free trial later, but I really wanted to see that right now. Now, February. Minute order in chambers. Order permitting service. Oh, so they were trying to serve her by publication. Got it. By just yeah, which they can do. If they can't find you, then they can say, well, we posted it on a, major publication. So basically it serves as confirmation that they have been served. Plaintiff proposes service of a process on defendant by publication in the Las Vegas Review. Then that means she's in Vegas right now, or they think she's in Vegas. However, plaintiff's motion does not comply with the Nevada rules of civil procedure, stating that an individual with a judicial district may be served by following state law for serving a summons an action brought in courts in general jurisdiction in the state where the district court is located. Okay, got it. First, although the court already denied plaintiff's prior motion for alternative service for not providing the information outlined, plaintiff's renewed motion still fails to provide or even address whether plaintiff has access to this information. That makes sense. Second, plaintiff seeks to serve defendant by publication alone, but plaintiff's motion does not comply with their. Well, if you didn't, what I know is that there's so many times you have to attempt to try to serve them face to face. You have to try every address on public record that you can find, any contacts that might know where they're located. You have to really go above and beyond before a judge will sign off on doing a publication, service and say, hey, you were publicly served in such and such paper or such and such website. So it does make sense. If he's asked this multiple times and they said no, it probably doesn't apply in this state. It says, given these issues and the apparent uncertainty of defendant's state of residence. Again, that's why it kind of makes sense. People say she's hiding out at Airbnbs or whatever. If you know you're going to be sued, that's different. Because look, as soon as my new opportunity manifests, and I know it is, I'm going to be back in my shit. Ain't no fucking way I'm going to be still staying at Airbnbs and hotels and shit. I hate that crap. I honestly do. So a person doing that intentionally with the purpose of avoiding getting served, that's wild. But it makes sense. Hell, that's what Aaron Hall did. It took them, a 1.5 years to locate him and serve him. So yeah, it says the court is unable to determine whether defendant's proposed method of service is reasonably calculated, seeing as how they cannot determine her state of residence. Wow. It is therefore ordered that the motion is denied without prejudice, meaning they denied doing the publication version of serving her as of February 4th. So yeah, you know what? It makes perfect sense why you all of a sudden, let's get the date on this again. February 4th? Yeah, it makes sense why you doing this shit a month later, because now you done fucking realized, oh shit, they're gonna find me. Interesting. Cody said, there must have been a lot. Hold on, let me go look at y'all's comments, because when I be sharing screen until I pop back over here, I don't see them. Cody said, if there is anyone in the chatter bushes that was a part of those member-only lives on Real Life Street Stars, please. Yeah, because we definitely want to get the tea on, was it them that paid the 10 stacks to bail her out? And did she even have any ashes left? We have seen her throw handfuls on Goomba, and she also ate some. I doubt she has a magic urn that keeps refilling. You know what? Cody, you stupid. You stupid as hell. Oh yes, Jaguar has been very open about being a sex worker, though. Extremely. And look, I'm not, whatever people do is what they do. But don't make it seem like you're a victim if you were allegedly right there with them. Damn, bars. That needs to be the song that I write about this shit. Yeah. All right. Anyway, yet no one is claiming that they are related to her. Exactly. Erykah Badu ain't never said she her cousin. Faith Evans ain't never said she her cousin. Ain't nobody, the people she keeps saying her cousin, ain't ever claimed her as no cousin. Just like when Stone Paxton said that Vasal Benford was his brother, but I pulled up on live Vasal Benford's Instagram and he didn't have no mention of Stone Paxton being his brother on his Instagram. So I'm just saying. But yeah, I think it's the Brian McKnight case. That might be why she got the GoFundMe. What happened to Jaguar Wright? GoFundMe seeks $16,000 for legal representation after arrest and alleged online harassment. Yeah, you don't need GoFundMe because of harassment. You be online harassing people, myself especially. Oh, I just love it. I love it. Ancestors, let me just take a moment to thank y'all. Let me recognize and honor y'all and give y'all thanks. Because when I told people that my ancestors was coming for them, now we see the real life manifestation of that. And this had nothing to do with me. And that's what I love even more. Is when they really make an example out of people publicly, like I told y'all was going to happen last year. I said, God's going to make a public example of you. Looks like we're there a year later. Thank y'all, ancestors, angel, spirit, guides, and ascended masters. And above all, thank you, Most High, for keeping me, protecting me, and strengthening me through all the bullshit. And now here we are. Interesting. A year later. Yeah. American singer, songwriter, composer, and actress Jaguar Wright has launched a GoFundMe worth $16,000 to help her legal expense amid her recent arrest and online harassment. Correction. Legal fees for the cases pending for grand theft auto and slander and defamation. The very same thing you did to me on February 9th. I just exhaled so much victory. So with that being said, I gotta go because I done went way past what I said I was gonna do, and I got some other things I got to take care of before tonight's live. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you and welcome to D's World. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I jumped in here so fast I forgot to promote my own channel, but it's cool, I'll promote it tonight. Y'all make sure for those who it's your first time, looky here, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. That way you get notified every time I go live or upload. If this was your first time tuning in, guess what? This is what I do every time I go live. I deep dive and I show y'all receipts, unlike the person on the screen. Okay. If you'd like to support the channel, feel free to drop a blessing in my Cash App. Make sure y'all subscribe to me on rumble.com. We will be doing the Pizzagate watch parties very soon, as well as my reaction review to the Diddy documentary and the making of a Bad Boy documentary. Y'all make sure to hit the like, sign my global petition to hold YouTube accountable for them not stopping cyberbullying and gang stalking. Sign that petition, share, and all of that. All right, so y'all, I'll be back tonight. But again, vindication feels so very fucking good. Cause see, I don't have no pending cases. Ain't nobody suing me. Is that I know of. And I don't have no criminal cases. Every time I ran the U-Haul van or truck, I returned it back on time, so I wouldn't have to pay no extra fees, okay? So, yeah, you got a lot going on. You got a lot going on, Miss I'm the truth, I'm a truth teller, and, you know, all this other bullshit. Looks like you're going to need more than $16K, my nigga. So, yeah. Y'all make sure to tune in tonight for my review of Jonathan Hay on the Blue Couch. Like I said, he does mention Jaguar. He does also mention Rihanna and this, shooting attempt that happened, as well as what he's been going through. And shout out to Jonathan Hay. Like I said, I'm sending you prayers positive energy. I know that you will be vindicated. And this, I pray, will open the doors for so many others to have the courage to come forward and speak their truth about what happened to them, so that we can, every survivor of sexual abuse, every one of us deserves justice. All of us do. So I definitely support Jonathan Hay. And we will be doing a live review of the interview that he did on the Blue Couch. And then I'm also going to, just plug in other things that I know are relevant, especially this situation, this GoFundMe shit, people scamming on YouTube. The fact that Jaguar called me in a panic last February before the ambush live she called me in a panic and was like, sis, I just found out that me and Tanya Rubin are being investigated for grand larceny schemes, for being involved in all these different fundraisers on YouTube. And I'm thinking, like, who the fuck? That's what happens when you start fucking with a whole bunch of people that you really don't know like that. Cause I'm like, what do you mean a grand larceny schemes? You did fundraisers. Like, you promoted people that were, or I thought she was, going through shit like we did when we thought Bliss Forever, claiming that her and her son was living out their car and they was involved in the California fires, and everybody was donating, believing her bullshit. And guess what? Bliss Forever came from her channel. She was a Jaggedy. She came from Jaguar's channel. In fact, I was a moderator on Jaguar's channel during that time. And Jaguar told us to put her Cash App. She said, y'all put Bliss Forever's Cash App in the comments because we just found out one of our very own, has been impacted by the California fires. It was you that started that. But on the phone, you tried to blame me. And you said, well, that involves you too, D. No, it don't. Because I ain't never did a fundraiser for her. I promoted her Cash App and said, hey, she said her and her son are struggling. If y'all want to donate to her Cash App, cool. You and Tanya Rubin did a whole private fundraiser without me. I was not informed, nor was I invited. And it was Tanya Rubin's moderators that emailed me that spilled the tea. And I was pissed. I said, how the fuck did y'all have a fundraiser for my subscriber that came from Jaguar's channel and didn't tell me? That's when I knew y'all was full of shit. And where the fuck is Tanya Rubin? Has anybody heard from her? Just like Ronnie Bo, how the fuck all these people that you was fucking with just then disappeared off of YouTube? But all of y'all had that shit to say about me being a scammer with no evidence worth a damn, and I got all of my evidence. I have every doctor's discharge note from every ER visit, every follow-up appointment, the hospitalization, the grant that I qualified for because of my situation. God made a way without you. You tried to count me out. Look at the fuck what's happening to you now. Ain't that some shit? Y'all did fundraisers for everybody but me. Now look at what the fuck is happening to all of y'all. It's not a game. When I tell you not to fuck with me because my ancestors will come for you, now y'all see a real life example of that. I guess Murph dying wasn't enough for some people. I told you there was going to be 5 deaths. There's 4 more coming this year. When my ancestors show me people funerals, that means they about to die. In all 4 people, I've seen every one of y'all's funerals 3 times, and 3 times is confirmation. I'm a real life, clairvoyant, empath, psychic medium. If I tell you I see something, trust and believe it's going to happen. Hell, the people that have done consultations with me can confirm that. You better be careful how you handle God's chosen. Because when I tell you that anything I could have done that I chose not to, oh, my ancestors handled it much better. You can't arrest an ancestor. But they can orchestrate things in your life to bring you the justice, the poetic justice that you deserve. See, I could have did a lot of shit. I'm a Scorpio. But I'm an ascended master Scorpio. I don't do the revenge. Nah, because I already know you're already in a low frequency and you're going to attract it to yourself. I don't got to do shit. This that you going through had nothing to do with me, and I fucking love it. Oh, I love it. So again, shout out to everybody that put me on game about the GoFundMe for Jacqueline Suzette Wright. Shout out to y'all. And you know what? Tasha K was right about you. I'm going to go ahead and give Tasha K that. I still refer to her as Trasha K because it's hilarious because she is trash. Her content is trash. Very low vibrational. But she was right about the shit she said about you. And guess what? You just exposed yourself. So congratulations. Again, you might, I don't even know if you and Ayasha are still cool. I would say have her put some orange braids, mix the orange up in there to match your jumpsuit and jay ya, because orange is finna be your new black. Y'all come back tonight.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell.